Well, the US and Cuba have moved to restore diplomatic relations, and US President Barack Obama says Washington's current approach is outdated, and the change is the most significant in US policy towards Cuba in 50 years. Cuban leaders Raul Castro echoed the shift in a TV address. The announcement is expected to have wide repercussions across Latin America. Stephen Gibbs has this report from Rio de Janeiro.
Latin America rarely speaks with one voice. But a single issue has, for half a century, consistently united this region, and that is Cuba. Latin American leaders have tended to see the US treatment of Cuba as one of the bully. The issue of human rights on the island has been entirely overshadowed by what is seen here as the greater evil, interference by an overpowering neighbour. It is partly thanks to US policy that Cuba has become a rallying call for this region's leftist governments, bringing together nations such as Venezuela, Nicaragua, Bolivia and Ecuador on a broadly anti-American path. Significantly, the breakthrough in relations between these two long-time foes was brokered by a Latin American, the Argentine Pope Francis. Any weakening of the US embargo, which seems increasingly likely now, will have its winners and losers in this region. A winner could be Brazil. It has invested heavily in a major new port in Cuba, which will benefit massively from increased trade. One possible loser is Panama, which has long been an alternative entry point for goods to the island. And Venezuela, in the midst of an economic crisis, may be wondering if its closest ally is now looking north.
Todos somos americanos.
We are all Americans, said President Obama at the end of his speech, addressing, as he put it, our family to the south. There are still plenty of hard feelings between the US and Latin America, but one long-running impediment to better relations is now being removed. Stephen Gibbs, CCTV, Rio de Janeiro.